Hello, everyone. Welcome to MavUp with Coach T, the Coach Steve Tucker, head coach of the Kentucky Mavericks Coaches Show. Yours truly, Kevin Porter, one of the people very blessed to be one of the voices of the Kentucky Mavericks basketball radio broadcast, alongside this handsome man to my left, your right, head coach Steve Tucker. Hey. Coach.
Kevin, how are you today?
I am doing well.
I see your attire is really ready for the show today.
I had this made just for the show today. Okay. Yeah, you know.
You're looking good.
Well, thank you. You as well. You're pulling off the coach look as always. You know.
Just trying to do my job.
Well, and you do it to a T. That's what it's all about.
Appreciate it.
Coach, from the time we started this, I'm kind of sad to say we're coming down to the home stretch here. Only a handful of games left in the regular season. The Mavs, at this point, have secured the conference title in the Midwest Division. But we're looking for a #1 seed and home court advantage throughout the playoffs.
That's what we're hoping for. We're working for every day. And, you know, Rochester's right there on our heels. And, you know, I told the guys today, don't worry about that. Just focus in on the next game, and all that stuff will take care of itself.
And we got a lot of new faces coming to the Mavs. We have one of the gentlemen who's going to be coming on with us a little bit later, Corey Wilford, as well. Everybody's starting to figure one another out, to learn one another's games. They're starting to mesh better on the court. As the coach, though, you have the final say-so with regards to that. What are you seeing?
Well, I think we're coming together at the right time, and you want to be playing your basketball, your best basketball, right now. And we're coming up to championship time. Once March Madness is over with and we get into April, it's championship time for us, and has been for a number of years. And you know, we just want to go out and want to do the job on the floor and see if we can win that 5th championship.
And we have also a couple huge milestones for the franchise. Their consecutive win streak did come to an end at 103 games. Unheard of in all of professional sports. And just last week we completed the 100th. Now we're up to 101 at this point, but the 100th consecutive home win for the Mavs franchise.
Yeah, those are great records, and I'm proud of them. Our guys are proud of them, but we put them in perspective and we go back to work. And, you know, we got to get ready for the next game. We got to go out and see if we can move forward in our quest to win 5 championships. And to do that, you got to be prepared, and you got to put things in perspective and go on and play the next game. And that's what it's about. I think if you get caught up in that, you know, that's the way you get yourself beat. You know, I've always been one that I've felt like that, you know, the streak was nice, but for me, it was never about the streak. It was about the journey, and it was about the process, and it was about getting ready for the next game. And the wins piled up, a streak was created. It went a long way, but for me, the most important thing is the next game, and the ultimate goal every year is winning the championship. And that's why I coach the game. That's why I've been in it for 36 years. And, you know, I'm about championships. I'm not about individual honors. I don't care who scores. Only thing I'm concerned about is we got one more point than they got at the end of the night, and that's what I'm concerned about. And you know, there's an art to this. There's not. This just doesn't happen because it happens. There's an art to it, and you got to know what you're doing. You got to push the right buttons. You got to prepare. You got to go out and play. And at the end of the day, you got to perform, and you got to make plays, and you got to finish plays, and that's what it's all about. And it's about winning. It's about winning championships. It's about doing it the right way. It's about putting in the time, putting in the work, and hopefully all that culminates into what you're striving for each year. And for us, it's championships.
Yeah, we'll talk a lot more actually about the season heading into the postseason. But let's take a step back, Coach. This is almost the end of the first full season for the Mavericks in their new home.
Yes.
I have no reason to think any other way than the fact that I believe this town has fallen in love with the Mavericks. They've made the Mavericks a part of this community, and I feel it's the same for the Mavericks with regards to the Owensboro, Davis County area. How are you loving the type of response you're getting from the people in this area for the Mavs organization?
Well, it's a two-way street. I mean, they've been great to us. I think we've been great for the community. It's been a good fit, good mix, and for sure it's a basketball community. This is the mecca of basketball, the Commonwealth of Kentucky, and you know, they've really received us well. I think they're the best fans, not only in our league, but in pro basketball. And they're great fans. And I think that our organization has proven a lot to this community. We've been involved. We do care. We spend the time. Our guys are out. They're working with kids. They're working with activities, with groups. And so I think we've met each other halfway, and we've kind of, you know, grabbed hands and come together as one, and it's been tremendous. And we're very appreciative of them for the way they come out to the games, the way they cheer, the way they are, and we just have fantastic fans. We've got a great community of great support here, and we're just happy to be the Kentucky Mavericks in Owensboro, Kentucky, and in Davis County.
Folks, and if you have any information with regards to the Mavs organization, the postseason, if you want to get a hold of tickets or any other information coming up, because the Mavs will be holding events over the summer, such as basketball camps for the little ones. You can check all that information out by going to www.mavup.com. That's MAVUp.com for all your Kentucky Mavericks information. We also want to remind you, you're going to be hearing a lot more from this guy, as you have been throughout the season, with MavUp with Coach T, the radio show, as heard every Tuesday from 5:30 to 6 p.m. on 102.7 The Game, ESPN Owensboro. And follow us on every day, live at 5 on 102.7 The Game. We'll bring you daily updates from the Mavs as they make their push towards the postseason. Coach, you always have the final say. Are you happy with where this team is right now as we head towards the last handful of games in the regular season, heading towards the postseason? Are you getting what you want out of this team?
I'm never happy.
There you go. And if as a coach you said anything different than that, I would have been shocked.
I think we're getting closer.
Okay.
I think we've improved. I think our guys are in a great mental state of mind. I think they're physically ready. We're healthy, knock on wood. And, you know, I think we put ourselves in a position now to go and get that 5th championship. But you still got to go do it.
You still have to earn it. Yes.
And you know, we're closer. You know, I wanted us to be at a certain point when April 1 got here, and, you know, we're getting closer to that. And I think in the last 7 to 10 days, we've, you know, we've really stepped forward, so to speak. And they look like the Mavericks that I'm used to seeing. I don't think all year long we played our best basketball. We played just well enough to get by. But they're starting to look like the Mavericks that I'm accustomed to seeing and playing in the system the way that I'm accustomed to seeing them play.
And on that note, we'll remind you you're watching MavUp with Coach T, the Coach Steve Tucker, head coach of the Kentucky Mavericks Coaches Show, and we will be right back. Hey everyone, welcome back to MavUp with Coach T, the Coach T Tucker, head coach of the Kentucky Mavericks Coaches Show. We are now joined as Coach takes a little time off. He's got some coach responsibilities to take care of, so we thought it important to get some of the Mavs, the ones bringing you all that exciting action, on the floor at the Owensboro Sports Center, on stage now. Give them some props as they so justly deserve. I want to give you all the stats on everybody, so I might have to put these on, so you have to excuse me for that. Right. Starting off with the first man to my left here, Mr. P.J. Kuznard. 6'4", I'm not buying it, okay? He says 6'4", you're more like 6'6", 6'7", out of Wichita State. Right. A lot of people, when we brought up that name, went, I remember that Shocker run. Yeah. P.J. Kuznard, the newest member of the Kentucky Mavericks, Corey Wilford. 6'2", out of Southeast Missouri University. Corey, welcome. And the man on the end, that handsome devil down there, the man who's rounding out the bookends of good looks here on today's show in this middle segment, none other than C.J. Cordarius Johnson, 6'6", out of Louisiana Tech University. Fellas, welcome.
Hey, I'm glad to be here.
PJ, now you are one of the elder statesmen of the Mavericks team.
Fortunately.
Yes, that's right. So these fellas got good guidance. But I want to ask you, as someone that's been around this team for years, you know the Mavs, you're a part of the Mavs family. What do you see right now with where the Mavs are, and are you happy with it, and how much room for improvement do you see?
I see us doing pretty good right now. We getting to know each other's games a lot better. You know, we just added Corey.
Yes.
And G haven't been with us for that long, Big G. So
Yeah.
just getting familiar with everybody, and we're starting to mesh and be one out there on the court.
And that's what it's all about. Now, Corey, you are the newest member. You've only been with the team a little over a week. How are you feeling about this? You seem to have fit in pretty nicely considering the last game, you were the leading scorer. What's up with that?
I mean, I'm fitting in pretty good.
Yeah.
The guys making it an easy transition for me, so
Yeah.
fitting in real good.
That's helping you out, huh?
Yeah, a
Well, I'll
lot.
tell you one thing, and I'm sure PJ can appreciate this, being someone who's been a part of the Mav way for a long time. The thing you were most proud of from that game was not the fact you were the leading scorer, but you had no turnovers.
Yes.
And PJ can tell you, you know, that's part of the Mav way. It's about the team, just not about the individual honors.
Right, yeah. It's all team first here.
How are you loving being a part of this team in an organization in a new home that really embraces this team?
It's a blessing, me being only from Hopkinsville, Kentucky.
Yeah, Christian County product. You're
Right.
playing close to the homestead.
Right, so a lot of my family and friends, and they can really come see me play, so it's
Now
a blessing.
that's got to be exciting.
Yes, sir.
Be able to get people that close to you. All right, let's head down to the other handsome gentleman. We're bookending the show today with me and CJ, Cordarius Johnson. Cordarius, what are your thoughts? Are you happy with where you see the team at right now? What are you looking for from this team? Because we only have a handful of games left in the regular season, and then it's for real. It's for real in the postseason. Are you happy with what you're seeing right now?
Yeah, I think the team, we're coming along. It's real family oriented, and it's just a good situation.
Are you happy with your game right now? Are you looking to step it up some? Are you what do you think in terms of CJ? Where CJ's at?
Well, I think I'm playing pretty good right now. I try to just go out and just be defensive minded and just get stops, stop the best players from scoring.
Yeah.
Do what I can do to help the team.
That shutdown defense that the Mavs are known for, that big time transition smother and D, which is really big. Corey, how about you, buddy? You've only been here for a little over a week, so I know you haven't had as much time to acclimate and engage yourself, but are you happy with where you are right now?
No, I'm never happy. I feel like I can always get better,
Yeah.
so I'm always in the gym trying to work on my game.
All right, and lastly, the elder statesman on the show today. What do you say, PJ? How you feeling about yourself overall? I know you fought through some injuries, and we're glad to hear that you cleared concussion protocol, so you're good to go. And we actually saw some hops in that game the other day.
Oh man, the young guys keeping me young.
I was about to say, they're challenging, aren't
Yeah,
they?
They're extremely talented.
That's right, yeah.
From Corey to Lathan to CJ, just the young group, Jamal, they're very, very talented. And their energy and stuff during the games and during practice and stuff helps us older guys out a lot. So we are able to jump. I jumped and didn't think I was going to get up there to make it. But I said, if I don't, they're going to mess with me, so I got to try.
You got to pay off.
It was more arms than legs on that dunk, but like I said, the young guys, they help us out a lot, and they're very, very talented, and I think we got a good shot to win strictly because our young guys are that good.
And that's what it's all about. And Corey and CJ, I'll ask you this. You guys are the young fellas on this team. You're the ones that are going to assimilate up through the organization. You're going to be the ones eventually carrying the torch later on. That's a daunting expectation for young guys, but it seems like you guys are ready to take that mantle and to do that for the guys who will be coming in after you. CJ, we'll start with you.
Yeah, we learn a lot from the older guys. They always keep us motivated, just showing us the way, showing us the Maverick way.
That's what it's all about, the Maverick way. What do you think there, buddy?
Yeah, pretty much the same. I just sponge in all the information I can from these older guys.
Yeah.
PJ, Mike, anything they say, I really take heed into listening to it.
Now, let's be honest, fellas. If that dunk PJ went up for the other day, if he'd have flubbed it, jammed it on the rim, and gone back down hard, what would have happened?
And he'd have got clowned in the
It'd have been glad, it'd have been ugly, wouldn't it?
It would have been bad.
Well, the good thing is you converted on the jam. You show you still got the hops in the legs, and that's the important thing. Folks, once again, I want to remind you, you are watching MavUp with Coach T, the Coach Steve Tucker, head coach of the Kentucky Mavericks Coaches Show. I'm Kevin Porter, and we'll come back in the next segment with Coach Steve Tucker to close out the show. A very special thanks to CJ Cordarius Johnson, the newest member of the Mavs, Corey Wilford, and the statesman, the elder statesman, the Wichita State Shaka, P.J. Couisnard. Gentlemen, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we'll see you on the court. Folks, you're watching MavUp with Coach T, and we will be right back. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to MavUp with Coach T, the Coach Steve Tucker head coach of the Kentucky Mavericks Coaches Show. Kevin Porter, along with the aforementioned Coach Steve Tucker. All right, Coach, we talked about this a little bit in the first segment.
Sure.
We're building towards the end game, which is a championship. Yes, we want to win the games. Yes, collecting all of those milestones in the franchise's history were great. But the end game is a championship.
Yeah. For us, that's what it's all about. It always has been. We've had a lot of guys here that have really allowed their ego to take a back seat. I think the first thing you have to do when you come here to play, you got to leave your ego at the door.
Right.
Because if you don't, you're not going to be successful here.
Yeah.
And this is a pretty special situation. We do things a lot differently here than anywhere else. And it's about family, it's about team, it's about being one, it's about doing it the right way, it's about being accountable, it's about being responsible, it's about not only being a great basketball player, being a great person, and it's about going out and representing the Mavericks in the way that so many players have in the past. There's a legacy here, there's a tradition here that so many players have had a part of, and that's really important to me. And I feel that I'm a guardian of that legacy and of that tradition. And in being that, you know, I expect guys to play a certain way. I expect them to act a certain way.
Yeah.
I expect them to carry themselves a certain way. And it's just not about winning.
Yes.
It's about how you win and how you go about your business and what you do. That's what it's about.
Yes.
And I think when guys leave here, I think first of all, they're better men. I think they're better players. And I think they understand what you have to do to be successful, both on and off the court. And our staff here does a wonderful job, both on and off the court, with these guys. And they do a great job. And when there's any slippage in that, you know, myself and Deborah and Gary Green, we get people going back in the right direction, and we do it the Maverick way. And the Maverick way is about, working hard, playing as one, and playing to win. And that's what it's about. That's the Maverick way.
And I would equate the Maverick way to being even one step further. The Maverick way, I would equate that to being a family way.
Sure.
Because this is pretty rare, folks, in professional sports. And for those of you who sometimes forget the fact, this is an actual professional basketball team. These guys actually like each other. They root for one another. They all are willing to lay it on the line for one another. When something happens to one of their other teammates, they actually care and are concerned and are there for the other teammate.
Well,
and that's just an extension of the Maverick way.
Sure. They're brothers in arms.
Right.
They're taught that. The older ones teach the younger ones.
Right.
And sometimes the younger ones grow up and they teach the other ones. In P.J. Couisnard's scenario, he's been on the show today. He learned from Josh Pace and Deron Rutledge and a lot of great pros. And now he's one of the vet guys, and he's teaching the Corey Wilfords and the C.J. Johnsons and, the way you got to do it the Maverick way.
Right.
There's only one other organization that does it really the way that we do it in basketball, and that's the San Antonio Spurs.
I was going to say Greg Popovich's squad. Yeah.
The way we run this situation here is the same way they run it in San Antonio.
Yeah.
The same way in the NFL they run it in New England. We do it a little bit differently.
Yeah.
And if you can't adapt to that, just to that, you're not going to be here. And that's just the way it is. And that's the standard of excellence that we set, that we you know, we demand out of our players on a daily basis.
Folks, and that's what it's all about, the Maverick way. We want to remind you now, if you have any information you want, any questions you have about the Mavericks, their remaining games in the regular season, postseason play, getting postseason tickets, or other events they have going on, if you'd like one of the Mavs or a group of the Mavs to come to your function or your school or what have you, you can go to www.mavup.com. That's MAVUp.com for all your Kentucky Mavericks information. Coach, pleasure.
Again.
Into the regular season.
That's it.
Next time we come back with everybody, we'll be into the heat of the postseason. And folks, get out, support your Kentucky Mavericks because they are your Kentucky Mavericks. Last few games of the regular season, heading to postseason, it's going to be a lot of heated competition, but we can't wait, Coach. And as Mavericks, we stand up and take everything head on.
That's right. Go Mavs. MavUp. See you at the Sports Center.
And thank you for joining us on MavUp with Coach Steve, the Coach Steve Tucker, head coach of the Kentucky Mavericks Coaches Show. For head coach Steve Tucker, I'm Kevin Porter saying thank you, and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Good one.